Luke is going to have a go if we don't talk about Louis Theroux.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
I found this to be very, very hard watching again. Louis Theroux followed around an alcohol assessment unit at King's College Hospital, which is across the road.
To Oblivion, wasn't it, Gary?
What, sorry?
Drinking to Oblivion.
Drinking to Oblivion, yes, sorry, it was the name of the show. And he followed around some people, like he's done in a number of other shows. He'll follow the personal lives and, visit the houses of several people that use the... these aren't just your everyday got drunk, and bash your head. These are people who deal with extreme problems with alcohol and drink to excess. They drink multiple amounts. And this is recorded at King's College Hospital, which is across the road from where I've worked.
Oh,
and actually, I knew one of the people.
What, one of the...
Yes. The guy who had the very large stomach and was there with his...
The South African man?
No. There was 4 people, really, that he followed.
Not the young lad, Joe.
No, there was 5... So they were right. There was 5 people that he followed. Let's go through them. So, you're right. There was the South African with his European wife who had just a recent bereavement. Wasn't his dad died? And therefore, he'd started drinking again because of that and had several problems. There was the French woman who was a long-time drunk, quite happy with the fact that she drinks 2-3 cans of strong cider a day.
People know I work at the post office, and you often see, certain members of society come in for, the benefits and stuff like that. It's sort of people that I see on a regular basis, and you see relationships, couples like that, just constantly having to go at each other.
Yeah. Then we had a young guy, Joe, as you say, who probably was the most traumatic storyline, because this is the guy that Louis went...
He was the most, I suppose you could say he was the most normal. He was the one that if you saw him down the street, you would think, you wouldn't know that he was...
he was very normal. He blended in with...
The others, they had the stagger, the sort of glazed look in their eye and things like that, whereas Joe, there was that scene with Louis Theroux where they were singing Guys and Dolls.
Yeah. And he did go to his house, and he looked like he was on the road to recovery, and then in a separate episode, he turned up at the hospital again and then discharged himself.
That was great, where they had the whole... Well, not great, but it was really good TV, where the camera followed him out. He would go and get a bottle of vodka, and then he ended up with a bottle of Perrier.
And I know exactly the shot where he went to get that bottle as well. That's just quite.
You know the shot.
I know the shot. I know the off license down there that he would have gone to.
Have you bought anything from that shop before, Gary?
Not Perrier. I'm not at pot.
Have you bought a Kit Kat and a word search?
Possibly a Kit Kat, a word search, and a copy of the Daily Mirror. I don't know.
I'm gonna leave now.
Well, I would wait for the doctor.
No, I think I'm gonna leave. You can
stay.
come with me if you like.
I would stay, Joe, I really would.
I just want to go and get a bottle of vodka.
What makes you think you'd like to do that?
I like the sensation as it goes down my throat, and I want to experience that for one last time. That's why I'm leaving.
The 4th person was the person that I know, which was a gentleman who'd been drinking for a long time and had quite a large extended belly because of the fact that his liver wasn't processing any of the alcohol. I actually worked with his long-time girlfriend for a long time. I worked with her for about 6 years.
I can't remember that. If I'm honest,
he was, well, you would have remembered. He was the one that pulled up his top, and you could see he had for his frame, he had a massive belly.
Yes, it sort of rings a bell.
Yeah,
but...
and I've met him twice because I worked with his partner, and I didn't know he was an alcoholic.
Okay.
Because I met him sort of 6-7 years ago, so I had no idea. And when I saw her, I was kind of going, when you know someone but they're not close friends, it's a former colleague. I'm like, and I rewound it, went, that's definitely her, and sent a text to a mutual friend and said, is that her on telly? And got several texts back saying, yes, it is. And we've talked about our love of Louis Theroux and the way he does programs. You feel like he gets very invested in their lives, but doesn't get too intrusive. The questions he asks are quite.
Well, he sort of does stand back, doesn't he? We said this. He's our way in, and he's the observer. He doesn't get involved. Although, again, that story with Joe and the bit where he hugged, hugged him, and that was so touching. I think it's just very, very poignant. I think if Luke was on, it's a shame he's not in this week.
Yeah.
Because it really affected him, I know, and he probably would have a lot more to say on it.
I think then
found stuff. But
no one does this better than him. I don't think there's a filmmaker out there that gets the people that well.
And he's doing another couple, isn't he, in the UK? This is sort of
there's another one coming up soon, and then
I think there's 3 all in all.
Oh, is there? Oh, that's good.